Hi guys, Casual Gamer Plays here, and today in Eternal Evolution I will be talking about Guild Hunt, all the information you will need to complete this game activity, which brings pretty nice rewards for your future progression in the game. So we will start with the help menu on the top right here, and let us read through the description of this mode. In this mode can be opened with hunting points. When opened it will be available for 48 hours from the time of opening. Can be opened up to 2 times a week. Okay. After starting the guild hunt, for the first time, all guild members will receive 4 challenge attempts and 2 additional challenge attempts after 24 hours. Okay. After starting a guild hunt for the second time, all guild members will receive 2 challenge attempts and 2 additional challenge attempts after 24 hours. Okay. After starting a guild hunt for the first time, all members of the guild will have a maximum of 300 challenge attempts in total. After starting guild hunt for a second time, all members of guild will have a maximum of 200 challenge attempts in total. After each challenge, the Guild Hunt boss will retain the remaining HP at the end of the challenge and will synchronize with all members of the guild. This happens until the boss is killed and thus unlocking the next difficulty. Okay. For each challenge attempt, you will receive challenge rewards, which is pretty nice. After killing the Guild Hunt boss, you will get kill rewards, which will be stored in the treasure chest until the end of the hunt. All guild members will share the treasure chest rewards. Okay, nice. If a guild member quits the guild during the hunting period, they will receive the rewards by email after the end of the hunt. Okay. Guild's weekly hunting points are limited to 12,000 points. 4,000 points are required to start the first hunt and 8,000 points are required to start the second hunt. So basically it means if you have an active guild, you will probably be able to do this activity twice a week. And if not, then you will only unlock it once per week. All hunting points will be reset every Monday at 5 am, with Guild Hunt cost being refreshed as well. Okay, and with the description done, we can see that we have a list of heroes of the week, which means that the recommended heroes, which are listed in the section of Guild Hunt, will receive attack, HP and defense bonus up to 30%, which is pretty good if you have those heroes built out. If not, don't worry and just use your best build out heroes and they will perform just as good. But if you have those heroes of the week built out, use them and you will probably get better results. Also, we have Guild Hunt chest, which was mentioned before. And as you can see, we have already defeated the first and the second bosses. After the reset, which will happen on Monday, I believe, each guild member will receive these rewards, which are pretty nice. We have a new currency right here, which is called Gene Breakthrough Core Shards and Gene Modules, which I will be covering in the next video. Okay, and actually there is a hunt achievement button right here. If you go here, you will see that if the guild kills a boss on first difficulty, each guild member will get these rewards. So they're pretty nice because you can get gene hybrid shards, a gene breakthrough cores, and gene modules. Also, if your guild can hunt the second boss, you will get the corresponding rewards, and the rewards list will continue to be better and better with each guild hunt boss you can defeat. And as you can see, it stops at 10 gene hybrid shards, 5 gene breakthrough core shards, and 1000 gene modules, which is pretty nice. Also, there is another achievement which is called total damage, total personal damage in guild hunt. So if you do more damage in this activity, you will get more rewards. Pretty basic, yeah? As you can see, I did 80 million damage and I got the first 2 rows of rewards. After I complete 2 more fights I have left, then I will probably collect this one, and I'm not really sure if I can collect 200 million reward right here. But it's still pretty nice, and with your heroes becoming more and more powerful, you will collect more and more rewards in here. Also, there is a single damage achievement, which is personal damage in guild hunt. So you have attempts, right? The first 4 attempts, and actually each one of those attempts can be the best, right? So if you did more damage on the first one, or if you did the most damage in the fourth one, the highest amount of damage you have dealt will be recorded in here, and you will receive the rewards accordingly to the highest amount of damage you have dealt, which is pretty good. And as you can see, you can even get limited recruitment tickets in here, but they are pretty far away from me right now on my free-to-play account. I'm not really sure how long it will take me to get into these good rewards. As you can see, there are pretty good amount of limited recruitment cards and this new type of gene module consumable material. Also, there are only 3 bosses in the guild hunt, which are called Sai Spider, Atlas Whale, and Turbine, or Turbine V5. Okay, so let us check what the bosses do, and we will start with the first one, which is Sai Spider. And you can see that every member of your guild will receive the corresponding rewards if you defeat the boss. And let us start with his first skill, Summon Puppet, passive. When the battle begins, summon 6 spider minions. The minions will have a symbiosis with Cycle Spider. Symbiosis: when a minion spider takes damage, the Cycle Spider receives the same damage. Okay, pretty nice. So you'll have to bring our damage dealers, I believe, for your fight to progress smoother. Sticky Web, common skill, covers the battlefield with webs that reduce the attack speed of units on them for 8 seconds. Let's check out next one. Toxic Speed, common skill, inflicts 300% attack as damage to enemies within a straight frontal line and apply a stack of Venom. Venom inflicts 50% attack as damage every 1.5 seconds for 6 seconds. Okay. Rage Toxin, common skill. Within 8 seconds after this skill is cast, if no servant spider receives direct damage, the cycle spider Cast Rage Toxin on all enemies. Rage Toxin inflict 1000% attack as damage and then 500 attack percent as damage per second for 6 seconds, which is pretty high in my opinion. So you will have to try and deal some damage to servant spiders in order for you not to get inflicted with this high amount of damage. Also, he has a passive which is called damage increase. Bosses increase their attack power by 20% every 20 seconds. Okay. And as we can see, the higher the level goes, the more powerful attack power of the boss will be after 20 seconds. Okay. Let us check out the second boss, which is called Atlas Whale right here. Let us start with his first skill, which is called Wave Attack, common tier. Summon 3 layers of waves, each dealing 50% damage to all units. Okay. Water Pillar, common skill. The jet water column deals 400% damage to the target, giving priority to units in the distance. When there are no targets in melee, this ability is released frequently and the damage is higher, so you will have to have at least one melee damage dealer for this skill to be used less frequently and with less damage. Deep Sea Shield, common skill. Protoss whales receive 50 layers of shields for 8 seconds, and the damage they receive when the shield is present decreases by 80%. Lose a shield with each damage you take. Break all shields within the duration and the whale will fall into a weak state, in which the whale damage will increase with the number of attacks he receives. The faster you break your shield, the longer your stun lasts. So I believe it's something similar to Death of Caves, where you have to have a multi-hitter to quickly break the shield of the boss. As for the passive skill, it's almost the same as the previous boss had, but the percentages are a bit different, with 10% and stacking up to 20 power percent, and not every 20 seconds but every 30 seconds. Let us check the last type of boss in this game mode, Turbine V5. So his first skill, which is a common one, Stun Missile, launch 3 missiles at the unit that has inflicted the most recent damage. Each missile inflicts 300% attack as damage and stuns the target for 5 seconds. Missile Bombardment, the second common skill. After charging for 3 seconds, the user launches missiles that inflict damage based on the number of enemies on the battlefield. The more enemies on the battlefield, the lower the damage. So I believe you will have to bring summoner heroes in here, so that the number of enemies on the battlefield will be higher, so that you can receive lower amount of damage. Penetrating Strafe, common skill, inflicts 300% attack as damage to enemies in a straight line ahead, so you maybe want to try and spread your units out. Flamejet, common skill, inflicts 400% attack as damage to enemies in a fan-shaped area ahead. Okay. Passive skill, which is called Achilles Heel. 500% more damage from summons, 20% reduction in damage taken by enemy heroes. So as you can see, the amount of damage your summoner heroes will do to this boss is pretty good. And the damage increase passive. Starting from 50 seconds, bosses increase their attack power by 20% every 10 seconds, which is insane. But it starts from the 50 seconds, so you will have some time to deal damage to the boss, and with levels the skill and damage will just increase for 5% for each corresponding level. And let us try to challenge this boss with my current team. This is a team I'm using right now, and maybe I will swap Serena for another healer, which is a little bit more further evolved. And let us try this team out, even though we don't have any of the heroes which are on the weekly list to increase their stats to 30% in attack, HP and defense. Okay, unfortunately I don't have any summoner hero built out. That's why I'm using my current setup. But still, we are doing a little bit of damage. So that we can help our guild get more rewards at the end of the guild hunt. Okay, so the healer is down. Okay, and I believe we will receive more damage with each hero we lose. Okay. Boss damage multiplier is insane in this boss fight. But it's pretty interesting that you have to build different heroes for different bosses, for different game modes, and not just use one team fits all purpose in the Eternal Evolution. As you can see, we dealt some damage, about 12.6 million, and got some pretty nice rewards, including guild purchase certificate coins. If you found the video helpful and would like to see more content about Eternal Evolution, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next videos later. Bye.